Look, she's already tired. Look at that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of On the Red Couch with Max Power. I am Max Power, and as you can see, I am on a couch.
It's red.
And it's red.
Yep.
And I'm joined by my favorite co-host.
Your only co-host so far.
On this journey. Chris, a.k.a.
Antonio Picante.
Antonio Picante. Is?
Picante.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you added a little bit extra in there.
Nah. Oh, the little sizzle.
So, last episode, we reviewed Fast and the Furious #1. We've changed the name of the episodes. It's called My Virgin Eyes instead. So the way it works, if you haven't listened to the other ones, we put all these movies into a hat, it would be a hat, but since we like beer, it's a picture.
Yeah.
Of movies that we haven't seen. Harry Potter, Fast and Furious.
By franchise, so we can keep
franchise, yeah. So Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones,
stuff like that. So what did we do with the first Fast and the Furious?
What do you mean? We reviewed it. We watched it, reviewed
it. And then?
We reviewed it.
And then?
Put the second one back in the box.
There we go. We put it back in the picture.
I'm getting to that point. So we put all the names of the movies in here, franchise movies. We pulled one random. It was Fast and the Furious. Put Fast and Furious back in here after reviewing it. The last episode, Chris pulled out Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which should be called Philosopher's Stone, but that's what the book's called.
Oh, really?
But they thought that Americans wouldn't be interested in philosophers, so they changed it to Sorcerer's Stone, which I think Sorcerer's Stone makes a little bit more sense because wizards and
wizardry, sorcery.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
for the next 30 minutes, we're going to review Harry Potter 1, Sorcerer's Stone. I've seen it a bunch of times. Chris has never seen it. So
Never.
When the credits started rolling, first impressions.
Oh, it's finally over.
Ouch.
You explain. No, it's not a negative way per se. Scott here did a pretty decent job of telling me. Number one, that I should have started with the movies was further on in the series once people started dying off.
Yeah.
That it gets more serious. Yeah. But more importantly, Scott kept reminding me. Max kept reminding me the movie's 2.5 hours long.
Yes.
He shouldn't have said that.
Well, I mean, most movies, those kind of movies now are always 2.5 hours long anyway.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna start. Yeah, so it's gonna be weird because I'm gonna sound like I've been a Harry Potter fan forever when I actually was just paying attention to the movie. So I'm gonna start off by saying fuck Dudley.
Okay.
God damn it, that boy and his parents.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes felt like a new age version of Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Poor Harry Potter just got crapped on.
Lived under the stairs in a cupboard.
Yeah.
Or closet, as Americans would call it. His Dudley was a piece of shit.
Yeah. You tell me he gets fatter as the franchise goes on. So by the 8th movie, he's like Donald Trump basically.
No, I mean he's really not in the movies going forward for the most part. Because there's scenes it's like how that one was. In the other movies, there's also him leaving Hogwarts and going back to his house or his aunt and uncle's house. But they're not in it more than 30 minutes of the 2.5 hours that you watched, really. So it's the same thing.
Got you.
You might not see them for the next 3 movies, and then they'll pop up randomly. Yeah. So.
You had described to me that the movie was basically an old man trying to kill Harry Potter. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, could this be some kind of quasi horror movie where he pops out every 15 or 20 minutes trying to kill Harry Potter? No. And so it didn't happen. So, but
definitely has some creepy moments. There is some creepiness to it.
Yeah. Potter finally gets the letter. He gets invited to Hogwarts. He goes in, and apparently he's the shit.
Yeah, everyone knows him, and I think
and he's rich, bitch.
It's called Dragon Alley. I don't know, whatever. I don't know the names of things like that, you know. But
you were bragging about how Universal Studios has it so that you can go in all the stores and then you buy the wand and the wand chooses you. And
they have all those. And if I went to Universal Studios, I would do all of those things. I don't know if I'd buy the wand because they're
expensive.
It's like going to see going to the Star Wars area and then buying a lightsaber. Like those things,
$200.
Yeah, it's like nah. The experience would be cool, but nah. But you haven't told me what you thought of the movie. You keep
movie. Okay, yeah, I'm like
jumping
into the freaking discussion of the movie. First and foremost, for all the creepy moments and all the darkness in the movie and angst, this is primarily a kids movie.
Yes.
So it took me a while to get warmed up to it. We had the benefit of watching it on your Peacock app, so it gave me like a 15-second commercial every little so often.
Yeah,
was like a little wake me up.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I thought, So if you have the Peacock app, it has all of the Harry Potter movies, and funnily enough, all of the Fast and the Furious movies on for the next month. I think it is.
Because October is sweater weather. That's how they branded Harry Potter being on the network.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't read that.
You sent me the picture, bro.
But I just saw the thing, and it's also because they're going with I think they're going to HBO Max.
Yeah.
So they're going to be on there. So anyway, so all those movies are on there, but it's with commercials. But it's really commercials. It's not even 30. It's 30 seconds, I guess.
Maybe less.
Maybe less. Less than 30 seconds of what the Peacock app has, and it's louder than the movie, which is how commercials work. So I definitely think after a while, the music's kind of chill, and then like all of a sudden, like a commercial for Curious George or the Troll movie pops up,
or Pac-Man. I didn't know they had a Pac-Man cartoon.
Well, they used to back in the day, and then I guess they rebought it back. I don't know. Yeah. So
yeah. It's first and foremost, it's a kids movie, but after that, the second thing that kind of got that I kind of want to ask before I make the statement: were the books written long before the movie came out? Like, was the entire series written before the first movie came out?
Oh, I honestly have no idea.
Because
I'm guessing she wrote the books.
This definitely felt like the first chapter of a huge arc of a story, because there was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
They Potter's getting abused by the family, then he goes to Hogwarts, and then he plays fucking wizard soccer, and then you have to learn all the rules and shit, and they focus time on that, and then somebody's up to no good, and it was a lot to take in. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of people, a lot of
2.5
characters.
hour movie of
2.5 hours. Thank you again for reminding me.
Yeah. It doesn't get any shorter. The last movie's so long they split it into two movies.
Yeah,
that would have been like a 6-hour movie.
Oh no, but it was curiously entertaining. Like my biggest worry, I told Scott, told Max, I have this weird threshold for movies. If I'm tired and I either stay awake through the movie or I'm wide awake when the movie's over, then it did its job. If it pushes me off the edge and I'm snoring within the first 10 or 15 minutes, it obviously wasn't a good movie. And you've heard me sleep on your couch numerous times
during things that he shouldn't be sleeping through, like wrestling or something, live wrestling,
porn, and I'm gone. So obviously they didn't last that long. So I was surprised that I was more awake than I was when I got here. Like I planned to take a nap before I came here. Just so I wouldn't fall asleep, and I didn't. And I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to make it through this movie. That's why I warned you. It's like, if you see me sit up or if you see me stand up, it's because I'm trying to take it seriously enough that I want to watch this movie.
And I think the Doritos helped, right?
A little bit.
And we had beer.
Yeah, a little bit of hazy IPA for me. I'm almost done.
Yeah. I'm on my second beer because he's been babysitting all day.
Yeah.
But it's a 2.5 hour long movie, so.
Yeah.
All right. So
I can understand why people that are into Harry Potter are into Harry Potter.
Would you want to watch the rest of it? Do you want to see the story progress? you want to know where it goes, or do you like if you never saw another one, you'd be okay with it?
Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle. Yeah. If I'm flipping through the TV and part 2 is on, I'd probably stop and watch it.
You don't really, unless they're doing like a marathon, you don't really see the older stuff on. It's always like from like the fourth one onwards.
Yeah.
I think the first couple, they're super young, like there are kids, and in the movie they're like 11 years old, so it's like you can't really get up to much. They do like little. It's like almost like Scooby Doo. Like it kind of made sense when you were making fun of the groundskeeper because he looks like a Scooby Doo villain, where it's very like the first couple of movies are very like the kids are learning stuff, and then something weird happens and they follow a trail,
and then there's
a swerve or there's a big ending, and then at the end it's all very like, oh, we did so good, like we're awesome, we're cool people, and then the next one they learn more stuff. I mean, because they're in school,
but they did a good job again. But because I feel like they knew that they were one way or another, they were going to try to go through this entire series explaining the story. Like I'm already hooked on the cliffhanger. So Harry uses the stone. He kills Voldemort, but Voldemort winds up flowing through him.
Yeah.
Before he escapes. Uh-huh. So I'm doubting that there's something in him still. Uh-huh. And Voldemort's not dead. At least that's what I got from that last act when they finally figured out who the MacGuffin was. So just that alone, it's more like I'll probably end up watching at least the second movie just to get that fix.
Did you see him being the teacher, being the one? Did you think it was going to be Snape the whole time?
I thought it was Snape the whole time.
Okay, that's because
it's obvious. He looks like a freaking emo kid.
Yeah, that
40 years too old.
That's when you watch that movie. Like I remember watching that movie, being like, "Oh man, that dude's a piece of shit."
And anybody that squints their eyes and goes like this
and has a voice like this. I'm Alan Rickman. This is Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman is fucking great. He's a great actor. Was a great actor. Rest in peace. But he's excellent in this movie. He plays a really good, like, he shows no emotion. Like that's what I like about him as an actor. He shows no emotion whatsoever. Like his face is just like, and his voice is monotone. So like, but when he's serious in the movies. If that makes sense. So there's some cool things. So this movie came out in 2001. What'd you think of the graphics?
There are parts of it that I thought were pretty good for its time. When they go through that village and they go past the bank and they go into the bank and got all the fucking money, and then when they revealed the village, the bricks, how he tapped the bricks and all the bricks started forming into like the opening for them to go through. Some of that looked really good. Yeah. And then like the 3-headed dog, and
I thought the 3-headed dog I thought looked good. The troll is the part that was like, oh, that like at least the dog. I mean, it was obviously it's a 3-headed dog. We don't have those, but I think the dog looked more.
You don't have those.
I don't, but one dog's enough. One dog head is enough. But what about like Quidditch and stuff like that? Like it, I thought it looked
all right.
Yeah, like for 2001.
I'm pretty sure the 5th and 6th movie, all that stuff's a whole lot better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, same with what I said during Fast and Furious. I want to see the progression of the movies because I want to see the technology grow and like what they can do with a little studio that blew up kind of thing. Yeah. So Harry Potter. There's like a lot of crazy shit. There's like a bus, like a double-decker bus that like can transform too and like shrink and move and become,
oh wow.
So you might like that part of yeah. So how much money do you think this movie made? Just this one, not the franchise, just this movie.
I'd probably say about 200 million. I think it's a sleeper. I think the first one was a sleeper.
Okay. As
of now, how much has that movie made?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be in like the 800 million. Spit it out.
Try again. One more.
1.6 billion.
It's close. It's like $1 billion.
Shit.
They made $1 billion, and I think it
just the first movie.
Just the first movie. The whole entire franchise is like $8 billion in sales.
Wow.
I think this one it cost. I want to say it cost like $200,000 to make. So they yeah. A lot of CGI, a lot of big old castles and all that kind of shit. So
I think a lot of no names. I didn't know who any of those kids were.
Well,
then, like, if you're asking me in 2000, who are these kids? I'd never seen any of them.
Well, yeah,
I've seen some of them.
It's all like most of them, like Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, like those are all their first like big breaks.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they also had they had Alan Rickman, they have Robbie Coltrane, who was Hagrid. Like they have they had Billy Connolly, one of the funniest comedians of all time. They have a bunch of people in there that are very, very well known in the British scene that made a couple of stuff for the U.S., but they're not that popular. So they probably got them on the cheaper for sure. Mm-hmm. Like if they made an American version of Harry Potter, it would be expensive. A lot different, and they would have they have like Matt Damon or some shit as a professor. Matt Damon. So yeah, $1 billion, dude.
Wow, not surprising.
Just that.
It's like I said, it feels like it's at least this first chapter in the series is aimed at kids. So I remember at that time when I would still go to Hot Topic to buy Metallica and Green Day shirts, and there was Harry Potter shit everywhere, and I didn't understand what's Slytherin or fucking Dumbledore.
Name the 4 houses.
Fuck.
Come on,
bro.
Name the 4 houses.
Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Jigglypuff. Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got him. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I remember going.
So I'm getting a lot of references. I got 4th of all time. I've been single for a while, 4 years almost. So whenever I'd get on dating apps and I'd see girls' profiles like, "Oh, I'm Gryffindor, or I'm Slytherin," I was like, "The fuck kind of shit is this?"
I mean,
now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Now if you
Slytherin.
Now you want to get with a Slytherin. You hang out with
hang out
with a Slytherin, you marry a Gryffindor.
God, no, not a Gryffindor.
No, you
probably a Hufflepuff.
Maybe. You'll see they don't really go into the houses that much, and like, but you'll see
the talking hat thing was cool.
Yeah,
when they were picking the houses,
the sorting hat.
That blonde dick didn't even put the hat on. Slytherin. Yeah, that was fun. It was good. I liked it. It was a pretty good movie. I'm actually curious to see what happens next.
Wow.
So yeah.
So in the last episode, the Fast and Furious had some pretty cool music. What did you think of the music in this one? Do you know who the composer was?
No.
John Williams. So Star Wars.
Oh shit. So wow. That doesn't surprise me. So now that you mention it, there is a lot of there were a couple of notes in there that did sound Williams-esque in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes where like certain things are happening and it sounds just like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which I think helps the franchise because
it's John Williams.
It's John Williams. And so like people would be like listening to it and be like the dad will take the kids to watch it, but then they're listening to it and they'll be like, "Oh man, I remember Star Wars." And then they'll just start thinking about Star Wars. And then it didn't help that the fucking John was one of the freaking actors in this movie. Yeah. The guy that plays Willow. Yeah. But it's cool. I don't know if there was anything I didn't like. The movie itself, I mean, other than the fucking Dudley and his parents, the annoying chick. Yeah, she's definitely annoying. She's a know-it-all. Yeah. And those kind of chicks are annoying as shit, so she's a know-it-all. But other than that, I mean, the little swerve at the end of the movie, I thought was pretty good. So I'm curious. I'm interested. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. What would you give it? It's a great 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Give it a 7.5. All right. To start with. What did I give Fast and Furious? You give it like an 8. All right. I mean,
because you weren't expecting to like it as much as you did.
I don't think you were expecting to like it as much as you did.
No.
So we're on a good start on this.
We're getting there. This was a lot better than the other options you have in this picture that I've never seen. Because I'm not, especially now that we're in October, I'm not the biggest. Not that I dislike the genre, but I've always been curious in watching like horror movies or gore movies.
Yeah.
Even these that are in the list that I never got to watch. But growing up, my sister was a chicken shit. She didn't like watching horror stuff. I remember watching Children of the Corn 2, and she left halfway through it.
No shit.
And I had to go with her. Or was it part 3 where the old lady's trying to chase her cat under the house, and the house has hydraulics, so the kids like crush them both under the house? I forget which Children of the Corn that is.
You went to the
I went to the theater to watch that.
She's like, nah, I'm out of here.
And yeah, it happened. She was like, nah. She thought she was going to hell. I was like, we're probably all going to hell. But so
first class ticket right there.
And then growing up, getting older, people that I hung out with or girls that I dated, they weren't into that stuff. So I haven't been predisposed, conditioned.
Yeah.
So like if I fucking 3-4 years ago, randomly with a friend, I saw House of 1,000 Corpses.
Well, I mean that's
or I saw fucking.
I mean those movies are like scary movies, but they're more. Yeah, they're more shock horror kind of thing.
So this was a welcome change of pace from what I'm looking at, a half picture full of movies, most of them that I haven't seen, and so I was pleasantly surprised. So, where did you put the paper back in the picture?
It's in here.
Okay, it's in there.
It's in here.
All right,
it's in here.
So if it gets chosen again, no, I picked the last one, so now's your turn. So if Harry Potter comes out again, we'll be watching. Which one's part 2? Azkaban something?
No, part 2 is Chamber of Secrets. I'm picking, right? Oh man. Yeah, so just a reminder what this thing is. We have all the movies in here. I'm gonna pick one. Next episode, we are going to be reviewing a Halloween special. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th.
I spoke too soon.
So he was talking all that mess about horror movies.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, part 1.
Yikes.
I've seen this movie a bunch of times. I mean, it's a horror movie. It's an old school horror movie. Okay. They're not that different. Like this series. This one's got Jason. He's got a hockey mask.
Okay.
Is this Friday the 13th?
No, Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger. No.
No.
That's not Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay.
And then Halloween is
Michael Myers.
So this is Jason. Oh man, I really hope we watch all these movies so we can watch Jason X.
I think I've seen Jason X.
It's in space.
Yeah.
I've
seen Jason X and I've seen Freddy versus Jason.
Okay.
So the two worst ones.
Yeah.
And not even watching the rest of the movies. Those are the two worst ones.
Blind walked in there. Yeah. So this one, it's a dude with a machete and a hockey mask.
Okay.
And it's got Camp Crystal Lake. Which, if you actually go to Camp Crystal Lake, they actually have a statue of Jason in the water.
What?
Yeah, like it's in there. You can swim down and you see it. It's like the full lens size, so it's like fucking
6 feet.
Yeah, he's like I guess he's probably like 6'7" or something, because they want to make him look big. And then he's on a platform, and I think he's kind of reaching up, and he's got chains. I think he's got chains pushing him down, so he can't get out. And so he's him like that. So you can swim by it and
nice.
See it. It's like a bunch of college or high school college kids. So they're like,
is it like the fucking Geico commercial? Let's just hide in the garage full of chainsaws.
Yeah.
Why can't we get in the running car?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's boobs and sex and
okay, now we're ready. We're watching that tomorrow.
So yeah. So next episode will be a review of Friday the 13th. If you guys like this series, like and subscribe. We are on SoundCloud on the Red Couch with Max Power.
You want to tease them about the other series you were thinking?
Yeah. So the main reason why we changed it to My Virgin Eyes is because in a few weeks, once we've done a couple of these movies, we're going to start doing a music version which will be for My Virgin Ears, where we're going to take Rolling Stones. I guess we'll do top 50.
Yeah, we'll do the top 50.
Top 50 albums of all time that we've never heard. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just do it anyway. I mean, there's a lot on there that I've never heard completely all the way through.
Yeah.
So, the top 10 has Bad Out of Hell from Meatloaf, Thriller from Michael Jackson, Back in Black from AC/DC, Rumors from
Fleetwood Mac.
The Bodyguard soundtrack.
Okay.
So they're all in the top 6. Out of all those albums, I've probably listened to 2 of them completely. I've heard the songs, but I've heard Thriller and stuff like that, but I've never sat down and listened to the entire Thriller album.
Yeah, me neither.
So we're gonna do that. So it'll be the same concept. We're gonna throw all these top 50 albums and then listen to it and then review it. And I'm pretty excited. We got to think of another one. We got to do another series where we eat shit or drink shit.
I was just about to tell you, there's a lot.
There's a lot of shit. Chris doesn't eat, so
I am the pickiest of picky.
Yeah.
We can make it work.
Yeah, we'll work it out. So look out for that series, My Virgin Ears, coming up. So the next episode of My Virgin Eyes, the next in the series will be Friday the 13th. I mean,
it's not 2.5 hours long, is it? These are old movies, so it's like 90 minutes, right?
It's like 90 minutes. It's like 9 or 87 minutes long or something. It's like right on the cusp of like not fully.
Okay. I can do that. I can swing that.
Yeah. So we're on SoundCloud. Sorry. We're on SoundCloud. If you want to listen to the podcast versions, like and subscribe, tell your friends. So this is On the Red Couch with Max Power. I'm Max Power. My co-host. And then Paisley is right here. Paisley, come here. Just come here for a second.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Keep your butt out of the camera. Turn. Look over here and say goodbye. All right.
See you next time.